Management. My name is Bob Green. I am with Media Relations for Waste Management. Today we have a special guest with us. You all know him. He's a champion of the environment, or he's thinking green. Let me turn it over to former Vice President Al Gore. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bob, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may know me as your former vice president in the 1990s. Others may know me as the 2000 presidential contender. Yet the younger people in the crowd may know me for a little documentary film that I put together called An Inconvenient Truth. Now, I like to think that, my crusade for global warming is a great passion of mine. I always thought that being the vice president of the United States was wonderful, but my real passion, some of you may have known if you followed me throughout my career, has been the environment. Now, for a number of years, for a very long time, I've always thought all these greenhouse gases we have in the environment, well, there has to be a way to manage this and to mitigate the risk of its harming the ozone. So my initial plan for a number of years was to take all those greenhouse gases and put them in what I like to call, thank you, a lockbox. Now, some of you may laugh at this idea, but believe me, I have a whole series of very detailed charts that I can go through with you at a later time. Now, speaking here to Bob and talking to the wonderful people of Waste Management over the last few days, I've discovered there are other ways to think green. Recently, with Bob's help, I was able to tour several landfills in the great state of Texas, including the Itasca-Cedar landfill, and they showed me some wonderful new ways to think green. For instance, did you know that Waste Management has a waste-to-energy program? They are able to take methane gas and convert that to usable energy. Bob, could you tell us a little bit more about that, what you were sharing with me earlier?
Why, sure, President Al Gore, Vice President Al Gore. Currently, our renewable energy projects create enough energy to power nearly 1 million homes and save the environment more than 14 million barrels of oil per year. Waste Management has announced plans to create over 60 new waste energy projects that will generate an additional 230 megawatts of green energy, bringing its total capacity to over 700 megawatts. That's fabulous, green fans!
I gotta tell you, Bob, I don't know about everybody else here, but when I hear 700 megawatts of clean green energy, that gets me charged. That gets me pumped up. I mean, that is exciting, people. It's amazing. I mean, I got so excited when I learned about that at that landfill, I had to call a good friend of mine and tell him about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this. Walking into the room now, we have former President Bill Clinton.
Thank you, everybody. Everybody, I love you. I love you, Bob.
I love you too.
Thank you, Bob. I got to tell you, going across this great United States, going over, hearing about Al's journey to the Itasca-Cedar landfill, I got to tell you, it was quite an eye-opener. For a number of years, I heard Al go on and on and on about their environment. He was sitting there and he'd just say, Bill, I got to tell you about something new. It was like, oh, great, here it comes again. Al, just let me eat my Big Mac in peace, please. But I got to tell you this. When Al and Tipper got on the phone and told me about the waste-to-energy project, I thought, man, this is amazing. I got to tell people about this. I had no idea that you could turn trash into cash. Now, as some of you may remember, back in my Al and I's 1996 presidential campaign, we had a great friend of ours, James Carville. And James said, Bill, I gotta tell you, you said this to me one night. It's the economy, stupid. So James completely changed my thought process. He said, Bill, it's about the economy, it's about thinking green. And I gotta tell you, waste management, there's a new way of thinking green in the 21st century.
Thank you, President Gore and Vice President Al Gore. We're thinking green.